Deering Acting Studio podcast, where we discuss the connection between life and acting.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Deering Acting Studio podcast. As you can see, we've got a slightly different setup today. Why? Because it is Masterclass Day. Woohoo! Super pumped. We got some great scenes today. So Brian put up this thumbnail. He said, why don't you talk about mastery mindset? So since we have a masterclass today, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. But I wanted to give everybody sort of a takeaway for the day, something to kind of set your mind right, and then get you prepared if you're going to jump on the live and you're going to watch the masterclass, if you're going to come in here and watch, or if you are one of our working actors, these same concepts would actually benefit you as well. So I was looking at my book actually, and kind of reading over one of the chapters, and there's this great part in the first chapter when I talk about confidence and becoming a master at something. Like, what does that mean to have a mastery mindset? I think that there's a part of this idea to being a master is understanding that you'll never master something. Like, that's kind of this like weird juxtaposition. And so I like to think that you earn your confidence to begin to get better at a certain thing. And then to have a mastery mindset is to understand that no matter how good you are, no matter what skill level you're at, there's always something new to do, some new way to grow. And if we look at, if we start with the acting world in general, and we cut to, let's say, an actor like Will Smith, and you kind of follow his career. He began as a musician. He was a rapper. And he earned his confidence in music. He earned his confidence in, stage performance. And then he went on to create one of the most popular television shows that was on, and he was the lead role in that. And then he definitely graduated from TV acting to movie acting. From there, took on newer roles, different roles, all the way up to things like Muhammad Ali and many just amazing films, and you can watch his progression as an actor. And for him to continue to get better is the only way that his movies are going to continue to sell out and continue to be great. And you know what? Honestly, the latest movies, I mean, maybe that's a question mark. I mean, I'm not sure lately that he's had as many big, huge hits as he used to. And I don't know why that is. I mean, is he not grinding the same way? I mean, are the script writers not doing as good of a job getting the scripts out there? I mean, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's about progression. And so what I want to teach you today is a very, very simple yet effective confidence trick. And this works for all areas of life, especially actors, but really for all areas of life. And that is a confidence exercise. And so one of the interesting things, and before I get there, is this concept of imagine if you just started playing the piano, okay? And so, or let's just say there's a guy that started playing the piano, and he sits down and has zero experience. And so for a couple weeks, he's kind of dinking around on there, and he dedicates himself completely and learns how to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. He can play it. He can play it without missing a key. He can play it almost with his eyes closed. After 2 weeks, I mean, he's really good at Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Now, here's the question. Could this guy say he's confident in playing the piano? Well, I guess it depends on the framework that you put him in. So is he confident playing the piano? Well, yeah, if you put him into the box of he's confident playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. But is he confident playing the piano in general? Not necessarily. So the question I pose to you is, should this particular person who's learning how to play the piano and now knows how to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, would it be wise for this person to schedule and book a concert where he's going to be the one performing? Or would he want to get booked? Would he want an agent to call him and say, hey, you got booked. You're going to play at the, at the largest, Guggenheim or some sort of crazy, opera house or something, like this big, huge theater. And you're booked out in New York. And we want to hear your music. Would he want that opportunity? Like, would he want it really right now? Would he want it right now? Now, that might be a dream of his, but would he want it right now? And I would say it'd be a mistake. It'd be a mistake to want that right now, because he wouldn't be ready for that opportunity. If that opportunity came and everyone showed up and all he had was Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and then if he tried to play something else, it just wasn't good, that's a wasted opportunity right there. And something where he's going to go backwards in his confidence. Along those same lines, once he masters Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, should he go out and buy a brand new Steinway piano? A $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 piano in order to work on? I'd say no. I'd say he hasn't earned that yet. Now he could, it's fine. I mean, it's fine to be a beginner and learn on that instrument, and maybe that's nice, maybe it's nicer. But why? Like, what's his why there? And I always think, in order to upgrade your instrument, you want to fully utilize the one that you've got first. So let me take our camera equipment here. We've upgraded several times, and before we upgrade, my rule is we need to maximize the equipment we have. We have to find out how to use it to its absolute fullest capability. Once we've done that and we run into obstacles and things where it's like, this camera just isn't capable of that thing, whatever the thing is. Let's say we're trying to get a blurry background and we figure out how to do it, and it causes us to, requires us to put on a new lens on the camera. And so that new lens is required for the effect that we're looking for, but it turns out that this camera doesn't have exchangeable lenses. Okay, well, that's an obstacle that the camera cannot overcome. It's not about our skill set, it's about the camera literally cannot put on a different lens. Okay, therefore, we may need to upgrade our camera equipment at that point in time. Now that would make sense. Even then though, should we go out and buy like the most expensive camera that's out there? I mean, would that be smart? Probably not. So you want to think like, okay, what have I earned in confidence, and where am I at? And you want to be really honest with who you are right now, so that you don't go out striving and getting disappointed when you see somebody else landing the equivalent of that big concert someplace. And you're like, oh, I wish I could get that concert, I could nail it. It's like, no, all you know is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Stop saying that you deserve that role. Stop saying that you deserve to be in the movie or be like a star in the movies. Like, you didn't earn it. Look at what these actors do, what they put in, the time that they put in, and then you'll understand, like, no, you're not ready. Absolutely not. You don't want the opportunity before you're ready for the opportunity. You want to make sure that you've got the confidence to back it up. So this is what having a mastery mindset is all about. It's almost like just making sure always that you put yourself in a position to succeed, and that you are ready, that you're prepared for the opportunity before the opportunity comes. Because if you get hit with a big opportunity before you're ready, it's one of the hardest things to deal with in life as a human being, is to be put on a big stage and not be ready for that stage. Some of the biggest disappointments, and that's where the tabloids are going to hit you in the news, and and you get stuck in this world of like, I didn't mean to be there, I don't want to be there. But you thought you wanted it. You thought you wanted to be famous. You thought you wanted to have all this success, and then you have it, and you're like, oh, I wasn't ready. So we want to change our mindset to be a mastery mindset. So here's your exercise for the day. I'm going to give you this takeaway, and then we're going to wrap it up. And I'm encouraging you to come back to our channel today, because we are going to be putting up a master class. And so this is our version of mastery, and it's going to be a lot of start-stop. It's going to be a lot of like fun and difficult and sometimes aggravating and exciting and funny moments. And we're going to be working through the actor progression of mastery on really great plays, like unbelievable works of art. And these are master writers that our actors are getting to work with. And so you have a chance to literally just jump in the class and get to see it through the internet. You can just watch us work at this level, and then you have a chance to even see the day 2 on Saturday, where you get to see the progression of these actors and what they can accomplish in just a 24-hour period of time while they're working on themselves. So I encourage you to come back. I also encourage you to subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share, help us to spread this light-driven content. Something means a lot to us. Okay, so here's your exercise. This is a next level confidence exercise, and this has to do with memorization. And so those of you who have worked with me before in an acting setting of sorts, you know how I feel about memorizing. I think it's the hardest thing as an actor. Like, it's really difficult, but really you need memorization for everything in life. So like if you're in sales, if you're a manager, if you just worked someplace, if you can memorize people's names, you can memorize what you're selling. If you can memorize in the grocery store which things go where, if you can memorize customers' names, if you can memorize your mission, vision, values for your company, like all these things are going to totally matter in your life. And so the more you work on your memory in whatever area you want to be successful in, it's going to be huge for you. So here is our next level confidence memorization exercise, okay? So first of all, you want to choose your subject. So you're going to choose something of importance that will inspire you and lend a return on your investment of time. So think about this. Whatever I'm memorizing, I want to make sure it lends a return, okay? In business, we call this the ROI, return on investment. So this is a good example. So somebody just taught me recently, they were showing me analytics on something. And they're like, okay, so you see here, if you put this video out and it's like, oh, this looks great. You know, you got all these like thousands of impressions and you got all these like clicks, and it's like, this looks like a lot, like you did really good. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, but if you look at this number here, this is called the click rate, your click rate's really low. So actually, you spent a ton of money to get all these clicks, when over here, we spent a tiny bit of money, didn't get as many clicks, but our click rate was way higher. So if we dismiss what we were doing and we just invest a little more into what we're doing now, imagine with this click rate, if we just do the math, you would have multiplied your clicks by 10, therefore you would have impacted more people positively and helped spread your mission, which is to spread light-driven content to the planet. And I'm like, oh, that's great, like this is really cool. So this person is teaching me some of this concept, some of this idea. So that is something that is of importance to me. And clearly, if I look at the two different metrics there, I can see which one is going to give me more of a return on my investment. So here I'm literally investing money and I'm getting something back, right? And I can see what is the return on each dollar that I spend, okay? So if you can consider your time as money, your time is a valuable resource. So as I give my time, what am I getting back in return? You know, like even think about this show, right? The dedication that we have to putting up this show. And to be honest, it's hard to do. It's hard to get up every day. It's hard to jump on here every day. And sometimes you'll see that there'll be one viewer, or there'll be 50 viewers, or there, you know, eventually we'll have 1,000. And that's happened a few times. We have 1,000 viewers, and it's like, what is the return? What is the return on the investment, you know? And up front, it was hard to see, but I had like a faith in it. Well, now all of a sudden we've been bringing in guests from around the world to be on the show. It's crazy, like it's nuts what's happening. So I'm seeing a major return on the investment, which is causing me to add a little bit more time into it, causing me to upgrade certain things because I can see there's gonna be a return on the investment. All right, so in order to memorize, it's gonna take you a bunch of time to do it right. So make sure you pick the subject that is gonna give you the best return on your investment. If you're an actor, don't pick something that's easy because you're not gonna get as good of a return. but also don't pick something that's too hard that you're going to quit, or something that doesn't really apply to what you're doing right now. Instead, think about, what am I going to get the biggest return on investment from? That's your subject, okay? And if you're not an actor, it could be anything. It could be your sales script. Like I said, it could be your mission, vision, values. It could be memorizing all the managers that you have in a particular large company. Whatever it is, pick the subject that you think is going to give you the biggest return on investment. That's what you're going to memorize. Okay, step 2 is you're going to rewrite the script, if you have a script, without punctuation. You don't want to have any voice inflection attached to the thing that you're trying to memorize. So you don't want to say, if the words were, he ran down the road, I don't want to say, he ran down the road. 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 Okay, so if I memorize that way, then I'm stuck. That's what I mean by memorizing with a certain sound. So then when I say, hey, say that back to me, you say, he ran down the road. It's like, why are you stressing ran? I don't know, I didn't know I was. You just say it normal, okay. He ran down the road. No, you still did it. Like, what are you doing? So the idea is don't do that. Memorize monotone. He ran down the road. 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 And then we can add the inflection later, okay? So step 2 is you're going to rewrite it without punctuation. Step 3 is you're going to chunk memorize, which means you're going to memorize little pieces at a time and then put them together. Little pieces at a time, put them together. Little pieces at a time, put them together. That's chunk memorization. Because if you look at the whole thing sometimes, like let's say you got to tackle a play. I got to memorize a play. Or you'll see today in masterclass, I got to memorize a 20-minute scene. It feels like you're walking up a mountain. Like you look up and you're like, I can't do it. Okay, chunk it out. Just start, begin. Little chunks. Then if I get this chunk and I get this chunk, then what I want to do is I want to merge the 2 chunks together. So instead of trying to like just memorize these 2 next to each other, which I'll do, then memorize it straight through, which I'll do, I'll then memorize from here to here. So sort of like a bridge from one to the next. So I don't have one of those stopping points that happen. And that's called chunk memorization. Then I suggest that you test yourself in different ways and you purposefully make it harder. And this is where I think most people fail when it comes to mastery in general, and where they fail when it comes to memorization. People get overconfident early and they're like, I know it. I got it. And I'm like, okay. And then I test them and they don't got it. Or they get put in front of the big lights and it all goes away. Why? Because they didn't put pressure on themselves. They didn't see how they would react under pressure. You have to put pressure on yourself. There's that saying, I mean, it takes pressure to create diamonds. It takes pressure to create diamonds. So if you think about it, if you're trying to master something, you're gonna have to put pressure on yourself. If you wanna be one day in that concert we talked about at the beginning, like if that's one of your goals is to be in the big movie, to land the big TV show, guess what, right now, if you don't have these kind of habits in place, right now if you get that gig, you're gonna crumble under the pressure because you're not used to it. So you have to put a false pressure on yourself. You have to build it and create it. So how do we do that? I think when you're memorizing, one of the easiest ways is you will speed up, go as fast as you can, time yourself so you can like unbelievably fast. You're like, I didn't even know I could talk that fast. That's how fast I want you to go. Then I want you to slow down, like aggravatingly slow down. You can do a, where you hit every consonant. You go so slow that every consonant comes out. And it's tiring, trust me. When you're done doing it that way, your mouth and jaw are like, ugh. Well, that means you're getting a workout. So that's a good thing, okay? Put it down, come back the next day, go again. So you're gonna speed up, you're gonna slow down. You should do it in front of people that make you nervous. So if your dad makes you nervous, do it in front of him. If your wife makes you nervous, do it in front of her. So do whatever it takes to put this applied pressure on yourself, okay? And then that's it. And then you want to repeat the process, and then repeat the process, and see if you can find different and new ways to make it hard. So if you think you got it, and you're like, I got it, like nothing can stop me, cool. Now do it while juggling. Can you still do it? Did you make any mistakes, even one? Were you still able to go fast? Could you do it while juggling and in front of your mom? These are the things that I would do. These are things that you should do. Because what you want to have happen is you've already applied the pressure to yourself. Hopefully more pressure. This is what we do at our studio. This is what people pay me to do, is to apply pressure so that hopefully the pressure that I apply to them makes them more nervous than when they're actually doing the gig. So if I can make you more nervous and we can apply that pressure and you get super nervous and then we fix it, and then you can do it under that applied pressure, when you go back to actually perform the job, the pressure isn't even as much as we've been doing. Therefore, the actual job itself becomes easy because I've already done it in such a way that was way harder. Okay? So that's it. I mean, this is the idea of a mastery mindset and what that means. It means to apply pressure to yourself, be willing and excited about growth, and make that your entire focus. Understand that actually mastering something is irrelevant. It's irrelevant to actually master something. If you really care about mastery, then you really only care about growth. You don't care about the destination, you really care about the journey. Okay? And that's what having a mastery mindset is all about. All right, well, thank you all so much for watching. I'm in a different setting here. Joey's actually rehearsing in the other room. So I'm gonna have to get up and actually stop this thing myself. But I appreciate the feedback here. I got Joanne Stafford saying good morning. Good morning, Joanne. Got another couple good mornings here. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And just a reminder here, please do not forget to like, subscribe, share this channel, help us spread this light-driven content to the planet. Tune in soon. We got masterclass. It's going to be awesome.
Thanks for listening to Mornings with Matt. Please like, subscribe, and follow us at Deering Acting Studio to keep up with the latest content. For more information on classes, private lessons, or professional development coaching, visit www.deeringstudio.com. Have a Deering day, everyone.